It's time for the NFC Championship, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through Atlanta. It's the Commanders and the Falcons on Sunday night.
One of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time. Which will it be as we're underway in the NFC title game? And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win. And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They'll try the left side. It's McKinney. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Faced with their first 3rd down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen 3rd down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yardage is?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up. Let's get some points on the board. They're able to avoid that 3 and out.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10
at the 43. Now a give, right side. It's McKinney.
Down to the 42, 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 28.
That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game. It will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
They'll start on the ground. Hall.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Hall again on 2nd down.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Here's Hall again. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Well, Charles, it's early, but that's a key 3rd down conversion. Remember, they forced the turnover on the opening drive. Now they're in a position where they look like they'll at least get 3 out of this.
A great example of complementary football if they're able to cash this in, isn't it, partner? Because defense does this job, takes it away, turns over the offense. They just pick up a nice 1st down there. Maybe it's time to think about taking a shot in the end zone because it looks like the field goal is almost assured.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. He'll buy some time right. And this one's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. The 3rd down battle won by Atlanta's defense. Solid coverage.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
They'll look to throw again. Snead's got it. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. The quick slant caught. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. 3rd and goal here. A big play brewing in this NFC title game. Back to throw again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. From a yard out. And the Commanders have struck first in this NFC title game. Things could just not have started any better for them. They get the turnover, the football right away, able to capitalize on offense for 6.
And we're talking about setting a tone in any game, right? The first points of a ball game, how about during the playoffs? Vitally important, and they've done that in this one.
Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So for the 2nd time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Wheeler. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Steps away, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Well, they've moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to, again, amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
Take it at the 37. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That one goes for 24 yards. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. He'll look to throw. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Hall on a give up the middle. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. Now a handoff up the middle. Black. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Commanders have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. And you have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Right now they're in some uncharted waters, Charles. They haven't been facing deficits like this season. We're going to see what they're made of.
And I think the easy thing right now is for us to discuss how the home crowd can help them, carry them along. Bottom line, though, they've got to make plays to get the crowd back into it, to help them with the rest of their game. That means best players got to make those big-time plays right now. They need them in a big way.
They fought so hard to be here at home for the conference championship game. See if they can propel themselves to the Super Bowl.
And he'll get a couple up to the 29.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. 35 yards that time on the punt.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. On play action, they'll throw. He completes it to Snead. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report in a bit. The coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Ready up.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
2nd and 6.
He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders.
From 13 yards out.
And the Commanders continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Extra point by York is up and good.
And it's now 21-0.
So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
I believe I'm following their logic. Take the big shot downfield, loosen things up. You're hoping to get some points on the board before the half. Maybe now you come back and throw some underneath stuff in order to make sure you get a completion.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far. Offensively, or even defensively for that matter, they could use a big-time spark somewhere. But it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Commanders back out late in this first half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. That is knocked away and incomplete, but a penalty flag. In the backfield, this might be a roughing call.
So roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around, and we know they'll be here before you know it.
Rolling to his right.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Touchdown! A great effort there as the first half is winding down.
And the Commanders continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point by York is up and good.
And the route is on here in this first half.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Yeah, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the 2nd half now underway in the NFC Championship game.
The Washington offense ready to go to begin the 3rd quarter.
And you know, both of us gave these guys a real shot coming in here, but I don't think anyone saw this on the road with this lead in the playoffs They've looked good a lot of times this year. This is probably as good as they've looked.
Well, it's been a textbook game for them because what you talk about as a visiting team is putting the pressure on the home team. And what puts more pressure on a home team than to be behind the entire game? Because the home crowd's there really for a coronation. They expect to win. And when you're behind, it takes the crowd out of the game, and then the crowd gets a little bit uncomfortable, maybe a little bit frustrated with the home team, and that gives you an extra advantage. So they've done it perfectly. Big lead, put everything back on the home team, and they're capitalizing on it.
Right now, that crowd, silent. And they pick up the first down there with a gain of 4. They run it with Hall off the option. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Hall again on 2nd down. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. And right side, they're going to go option here. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Washington. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at a big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He finds his man complete. That's McKinney. Only able to gain a couple there, and it's 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Now back to throw. This one into the hands of Pitts. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kyle Pitts. 38 yards. So that challenge, a successful one. He'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's McKinney. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. On 2nd down, it's McKinney, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Falcons are able to at least get one score back. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. So this drive spans 7 plays. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10. Now Hall to start the drive. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Here's a 2nd and 7. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get nothing out of that one. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. 3rd and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. They'll drop to throw. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Washington. Well, Charles, fans around here, they were already talking Super Bowl. They've made plans. You just can't look past anybody in this league, especially this deep into the playoffs.
You would think that every year that message would sink in, and it feels like every year we see something like this, especially the way they're handling them. All right, you didn't expect this part to happen, but when you're playing this deep in the playoffs, every team's dangerous.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry. He finds his man, complete. That's McKinney. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Back to throw. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Option play. Here's Hall. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 66 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll set up to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Well, this deep, particularly the secondary, has been picked apart in points here tonight. They finally, though, get to the quarterback, get a pick.
And we know this about him. He loves night games, loves the spotlight, loves being the center of attention. I will bet you that he ran off the field almost chuckling to himself. They finally got one. They finally got me.
Second and 5. Flush to his right. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, it's an old chestnut, but let's face it, offensively, They've got to have some pride here because this has been a worst-case scenario all game for them. Keep putting in the effort. Keep trying to keep your quarterback upright and get through the end of this one as quickly as possible.
On third down, McKinney. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return.
And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. Straight ahead is Hall.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
They'll go again with Hall.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Here's a give to Hall.
And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. That one looks like he'll throw here.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And what a ride it has been. NFC champs, they have punched their ticket to the biggest show in sports.
And what a way to get there, to go the entire